This is Season 2 of the Off-Grid Wilderness Trapline series. It documents a full trapping season from our off-grid cabin in northern Maine. This documentary series is for educational purposes only. Tune in every night for new episodes from Season 2, The Trapline.
Good morning. Day 2 on the trap line. Going to be setting traps today. We're looking at 28 degrees outside, 55 inside. If I throw a couple logs in the fire before going to bed, it's usually about 30 degrees warmer than it is outside. Fan's still kind of going from last night, so she's still putting out a little bit of heat. Did pretty well on the porch trap line last night. Pretty good indication of how well this place was built by Donnie and the crew is that we don't get any mice at all in here, and we are under attack 24/7 from mice trying to get in. I think I was at 58 mice for the last probably 10 days on the porch, just the porch alone. And as you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing there. 5. None out here. So 5 mice. So on par. I'm going to take those mice and throw them right in the boxes because one of the biggest staples for Marten and Fisher are mice or voles. Having those in a box is not a bad idea. I think it's a pretty good little addition. It's pretty early. I'm going to get at it a little bit earlier today and try to be out on the trap line for the sunrise. One of my favorite things in the world is to be out there for the sunrise and see how beautiful it is and really get your day kicked off right and started right. Oh, nice. We are on odometer watch, guys. We're on odometer watch. About to kick over a pretty big milestone for the old track. She's gonna roll 400,000 probably tomorrow if things go well today. Guessing about mid-morning tomorrow. We're at 399,777. Wow, pretty darn good. Got a lot of just amazing memories putting them miles on, going cross country, fishing the FLW tour, doing some traveling into some national parks, some really cool stuff, visiting some friends, going to Minnesota to the ice fishing show in the winter. A lot of really good miles. I'll have to sit and reflect when she rolls. Today I'm going to probably start out in an area that I trapped some last year and get that set up. It'll be, I didn't get as many traps out as I wanted to yesterday, but I was doing a lot of scouting and a lot of looking around and looking at new territory. And when I went to trap some older territory that I knew about, it was actually gone, obliterated, just wiped off the face of the earth. They had clear cut it, probably sprayed it too. So today I'm hoping to be a little bit more efficient, get a few more sets out than I did yesterday. But although it is a numbers game when you're trapping, the number that really matters the most is quality sets. You know, it's not just about quantity. If I had 100 sets out there that were junk or 10 sets out there that were great, the 10 sets would out-trap the 100 junk sets every time. So making really good sets in really good locations is going to be the key today, and hopefully we have a great day. I'm planning on it. All right, guys, things are going awesome this morning. I got 6 traps in, and I just set this one. This is the first one I'm trying in a spot from last season. Everything else has been new. This was just a really awesome travel way. There it is right there. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. Probably not, but I ended up catching 2 there last year, one with Stevie. But it got this huge ridge behind me that's hard to tell in the video footage. And real nice mixed growth over here with a pocket of hardwood that they're going to come through. So we'll see. I mean, I caught 2 here last year. It's not a catch and release sport by any means. We'll see if they replenish, and you know, this is part of the whole learning process. You know, is am I going to be able to set up the same spots year after year after year and still have success, or is it going to be put them on a rotation or just hit them and run? So that's the fun of trapping, is figuring things out and learning. It's pretty cool. About almost 500 yards. Hadn't seen a truck for the last 2 days, and halfway down to that deer, a truck comes along. Go figure. I was hoping to see if a buck was behind her, but just a small doe. Kind of cool. Cool to get one of the sights. Nothing I could really do there with that truck right behind that deer. Once that truck came around the corner, even though this is like a mile long straightaway, that's game over. You're not slinging lead towards anybody. I don't care what stepped out of the woods. So I walked up to the spot. She blew about 5 or 6 times when she ran off. I still don't know if she's probably never seen a human before, is I think what it came down to. But I had the wind perfect, obviously, because I stink like every kind of trap and bait there is, including skunk. And she never smelled me, of course, but she could see me. But it was kind of cool. I always keep my head up when I come out of the woods. I always keep my head up when I'm in the woods, but especially when I come out, I look up the road and look both ways, back and forth on the road, to see if there's anything standing there. And I was like, man, that looks like a deer almost, you know, or something's not right. You know, there was nothing on the edge of the road there when I came through the first time. She's up in there somewhere. So I grabbed the gun and just brought up the scope, and sure as heck, it was a deer. It was a deer, and she was looking right towards me. All right, cranking today, guys, getting a lot of sets in. This one's pretty cool because I caught a fisher here last year, and I decided to reset at the same spot. And it's really neat that the tree I used for my skunk last year got tore up by a bear. You could see all the claw marks were really tore it up. I don't know if it didn't like that skunk scent or what. but he tore it up pretty good. I take my scent back with me at the end of the year because I'm going to reuse everything from last year as well. But you know, you still leave some behind for sure. There's nothing you could do about that. And that bear smelled it. Their noses are really incredible. And I don't know if he took offense to it or showed up looking for something to eat and there was nothing there for him to eat, but he took it out on the tree where the scent was. All right, she's getting late. I got quite a few sets in today. Things are going super smooth. I've found this pretty sweet little fur pocket, what I think is going to be a fur pocket. The woods look right. You know, we got that green carpet underneath, got a decent canopy above, good mix of hardwood and softwood. There's hardwood over there. I'm in the softwood now. I like setting the softwood a little bit better for the most part. There's another set for you. That's a Savage 5F with a diamond box and a wooden back to it. I'm running all different boxes this year. I just kind of made what I had stuff to make with. After running them all last year and catching a good quality of fur, I kind of found there wasn't much difference if you had a diamond or a square, if the square was in the middle or the corner. Didn't matter if the back was wood or wire. I think the main factor is if you were in a great location or not. That was the key. Well, doing pretty good on the boxes today. Got, I think, quite a few more out than I did yesterday, and hitting a few areas that I knew helped with that. And now I'm in new areas to me that I've never been before, so I'm definitely in there. I don't expect to see anybody else in here. The roads are just brutal. It's definitely North Main Woods car wash, meaning alders grown in on both sides and just scraping out of the whole way. I'll show you guys a little footage of that when I get back into it. I'm gonna set this spot up. This looks phenomenal right here with a stream. Look at that. So this is pretty much ideal for me. This is what I look for right here. Is I'm looking for streams with buffers that they haven't cut for a while, and then dark green growth. You can have a mix of hardwood too, but nice stream there. That's going to bring in some predators. It'll have some prey. All right, I'm gonna go find a spot to make a set. Bring you guys along. Yeah, we're gonna have that stream down there, and there should be some pretty good cedar, should be some good spruce, should be some good fir trees that are making a nice canopy, good dark growth, plenty of prey, and hopefully plenty of predators. Like we got a Belisle 120 max. This could be pretty nasty. Yeah, not too bad. Grind that into the box a little bit so when he sticks his nose in, he gets a little bit more scent right where his nose is. One thing you don't want to forget is to wire your bait in. Donnie and I forgot that last year, and we had most of the sets in, and we had a lot of misses after that. They seem to get by the triggers and get to that bait. I don't have a whole lot of room past the end of my box, past the trap before the end of the box, so the bait's right there. So if they manage to get by those triggers, they're going to get to the bait. So So I like to wrap it a couple times. Then we're gonna jam that baby in there through these back holes. And this one's just a wooden one, so I gotta hit those holes just right. In the future, I'm gonna go with some bigger holes, I think. There we go. Nice and tight to the back wall. Give it a couple wraps. Looks good. All right. Trigger's all ready. Traps springs are already set. Did a lot of those ahead of time. Adjust them just a little bit, point them backwards, away from the animal when he comes in. Nice. Looking good there. Take your safeties off. And with these Belisles, I got to slide the safeties way out so they don't interfere with the slot here. And then I kind of cramp that down. Close this, lock it. And then we're going to wrap this around the tree. That's a kind of a new law that there might not be a new law, but it's a law that they've talked about a little more, is how you have to attach your trap to a tree now instead of to the box. I don't see any critter carrying this box off, even the lynx. I'm going to use that word. Right, make sure there's no feathers out here for visual attractors. Got some Marten lure here. I'm going to put that in the box. Might throw a log on top of that just so in case a fisher gets pushing on it, he doesn't knock it over. Just secure it a little bit more. All right, we look good. We're set. Last thing I do on all these is I mark them with my app. Good to go. That's the old North Main Woods car wash right there. All right, another set made. That one's on the ground, kind of on a hummock. Once again in this pretty good green growth here. I'm excited to see what this road system produces. That's the last set I'm going to make on this road system for now. I think I got it buttoned up pretty good. And we're gonna start heading back towards camp and maybe get a few more sets in before it gets dark. All right, guys, back to camp. Pretty long day, pretty awesome. Love finding new woods and setting them up and trying to figure these animals out and trying to catch them. Picked up a partridge today, so I'll be eating that for dinner. I'll clean that tonight. Right now I'm gonna fill up the truck with boxes because, as you can see, they're pretty slim. I still have, probably 15 or 20 in here. I think I fit about 50, so I probably got close to 30 out today. I don't think I'm gonna jam it quite as full because I'm not getting to the bottom every day, but, and you know, they're always falling over and stuff, but I'm gonna throw a bunch more in for tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be another day of setting. So here we go. Carcass for bait tomorrow. I'm hoping I didn't smoke it because it was pretty close. Is this going to be dinner tonight? I got it okay. Got it pretty good. It's just a little guy. That'll be first one in the box tomorrow. Dinner. It was a small partridge. Must have been a late brood. This trap line on the porch went pretty successful. I'll scoop those up for bait tomorrow to put in the boxes as an extra treat. I got the fire going already. Nice. Throw a couple logs on that. It's not cold right now, but it's supposed to be a cold front moving in either tonight or tomorrow. We got a full moon coming. I got some awesome footage today while we were gone of that pine marten. All right, so gonna cook that partridge up for dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna have with it. Beans, brown bread, potatoes, rice. Probably baked beans. That goes good with partridge. Yeah, that sounds like a good dinner. Give me some good energy for tomorrow. A little extra fuel in the tank. And then I gotta get to editing tonight because I'm getting behind on videos already. I'm probably 5 days behind, and I don't know when I could ever get caught up. Last night I woke up at like 2 a.m. and was able to get back to sleep, but if that happens again, I might just stay up and edit